What if the loudest man in the room was the loneliest when the door closed? From the outside, Freddie Mercury had everything. Fame, applause, adoration. Crowds screamed his name, stadiums moved to his voice. But when the lights went out, the silence was immediate and heavy. Off stage, Freddie's world became smaller. Rooms grew quiet, walls closed in. Time slowed. The performance ended, the persona faded, and what remained was a man alone with his thoughts. Freddie protected his private life fiercely, not because it was empty, but because it was fragile. He understood something early. The world loved Freddie Mercury, not necessarily the person behind him. So he separated the two: public confidence, private uncertainty. On stage, he commanded thousands. At home, he guarded himself carefully. Trust didn't come easily. Fame complicated everything. Every new person carried a question: do they want me or the myth? That question never stopped echoing. Relationships formed slowly, often cautiously. Freddie gave deeply, but selectively. He feared exposure more than loneliness, because loneliness was familiar, exposure was dangerous. His home became a sanctuary, a controlled space, chosen company, carefully built comfort. But even sanctuaries can feel empty, especially at night, especially after the noise. The contrast was brutal. 1 hour earlier, he was untouchable. Now he was invisible. Applause doesn't follow you home, and silence has a voice of its own. Freddie filled that silence in different ways. Music played constantly. Art surrounded him. Objects collected meaning. Beauty became a shield, but beauty doesn't speak back. Loneliness doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like excess, or distraction, or constant motion. Freddie stayed busy. Parties, people, movement, because stillness invited questions, and questions led inward. He struggled with identity long after fame arrived. Success didn't erase uncertainty, it amplified it. The world wanted labels, definitions, certainty. Freddie resisted all of it, not out of defiance, but self-preservation. He believed some truths survived only in silence. But silence can isolate. Friends came and went, relationships shifted. Some stayed, many didn't. Fame accelerated everything. Connections burned bright, then disappeared. Promises felt temporary. Goodbyes became routine. And slowly, loneliness stopped being a phase. It became background, a constant hum beneath everything else. Freddie rarely spoke about it openly. Vulnerability felt risky, so he turned inward. Music became confession. Lyrics carried what words couldn't. Emotion found safety in melody. When words were too exposed, songs carried them instead. On stage, emotion felt controlled. Off stage, it leaked quietly. Freddie loved deeply, but feared abandonment more. That fear shaped his choices. Sometimes he pushed people away first. Sometimes he held on too tightly. Neither solved the problem. Loneliness isn't cured by proximity. It's cured by understanding, and understanding felt rare. Despite being surrounded by people, he often felt unseen. The image was clear, the person was not. Freddie Mercury, the icon, cast a long shadow, and the man inside it learned to live quietly. There were moments of warmth, moments of connection, but they never lasted long enough. Tour schedules returned, recording resumed, the machine kept moving, and Freddie stepped back into performance, because performance was safe, predictable, powerful. Loneliness couldn't reach him on stage, but it waited patiently afterward. Each year the divide grew clearer. Public life expanded, private life narrowed. The louder the world became, the quieter his inner circle felt. And yet he never stopped giving, to fans, to music, to the moment, because giving was easier than asking. Admitting loneliness felt like weakness, and Freddie Mercury never wanted to appear weak.
So he carried it alone, smiling, creating, performing. The crown stayed on, even in solitude. But no crown removes the human need for closeness, and no amount of applause replaces connection. As time passed, the question changed. It was no longer, who is Freddie Mercury? It became something more fragile. Who knows him? And that question would soon become impossible to ignore. Because loneliness doesn't disappear, it waits. And in the next chapter, it would meet something far more serious than silence. Something that would force Freddie to face the private world he had guarded for so long. The stage could protect him from many things, but not from what was coming next.